Hey everybody, it's Sonia and Gunnar, and I found out today online that there's a convoy that left from Ottawa to come to Montreal to hear La Fontaine Park. So we're going to try and find the convoy and see what's happening. It has come to my attention that a lot of my American viewers think that the whole COVID pandemic thing is over, because where they live, I guess it is like, being treated like it's over. But I want to let you know that that is not the case in Canada. The mandates are still in place for certain jobs and for travel, including domestic travel. And here in Quebec, people are still very much in a 2020 mindset. A lot of things have eased up, but people are still keeping their distance, wearing their masks, and basically worried about catching something. And when they do get it, they're pretty freaked out. What can I say? Things haven't really evolved that much here, I find. Some people are ready to move on, but on the whole, we still have that whole pandemic mindset going here, where you're constantly conscious of, if my mask isn't on, is the other person going to feel uncomfortable? Are they going to give me a hard time in the store because I'm not standing on the dots? Are they going to give me a hard time because I'm not wearing my mask because I have an exemption? All this kind of stuff. You're just aware that a lot of people have been transformed into germaphobes, and they're still in that state of mind. And the ones that aren't germaphobes, they're hyper aware of the fact that a lot of people around them are germaphobes. So it's like you're trying to navigate this stuff all the time. So it's like things have definitely not gone back to normal here, at least not as far as people's mindset goes. So yeah, we still, not everyone, but a lot of people here still have that 2020, 2021 mindset going. And I was looking at some old clips on one of my old drives, clips of going out to nightclubs, and Aaron actually singing on stage at Barfly, and going to the parade with Gunnar, and being in the park with my mom. And I was thinking, it's like back then, everyone's guard was down. People were not worried about germs all the time.
Taken for granted.
Yeah, and it was taken for granted. Who would worry about germs all the time? That would be somebody who was a germaphobe. That wouldn't be normal. It was considered a kind of OCD. And now it's considered normal to be hyper aware of germs all the time. I don't know if people realize how much people's mentality has shifted and how much it has put wedges between people. People just have their guard up all the time, either for that or for the awareness of other people's germophobia. That looks quite small, certainly compared to Ottawa. Just one truck. Well, better than no trucks.
And here we'll do a little MTV Cribs on the Magic Freedom Bus. You got your donation box, a cup, of course your flags. You got all your supportive messages. Very nice little interior. You got some furniture, make it cozy. Lining, oh yeah. You got your little chimney so you can cook inside. Emergency exit. It's gonna get a little bit loud. Come over the back here. Peace. More flags. Then you got your generator in the back. Oh, very nice.
You came from Ontario? Oh, cool. I have a YouTube channel. I was there in Ottawa when it happened.
Oh, nice.
Are you okay with it?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Hey, look what we have. Someone from Ontario who came all the way down. Hi.
Yeah, so I'm from Niagara Falls, and I've been in Ottawa ever since the Convoy, so I think I've been there for like 80 years.
You've been in Ottawa this entire time?
Yeah, he's from Alberta. His name's Kyle. He's walking away. We're hungry.
So you guys never left Ottawa?
No, we never left. He's from Alberta, Edmonton.
Did you stay in hotels or in trucks?
We've been in Airbnbs, in our cars.
No kidding.
Yeah. This summer we're looking to camp, just find like a farmland or forest camp.
So is there still a protest happening in Ottawa?
Yeah.
Still is. Eh? The
pretty much
news
almost
just stopped
everything.
talking about it
The
because
news
they had
stopped talking about it.
they had their big operation with all those cops, and then after that it's like, oh, it's over, but not
over.
really.
No, we've been there.
No
Still.
kidding.
They just hush hush, right? The news doesn't talk about it. Nobody talks about it because they don't want people to know that we're still there, right?
You want people to think that operation was a
Yeah.
great success.
Yeah, I don't have a card, but Freedom Fighters Canada is who we're associated with. That's kind of who made this whole thing happen. So they have a website, freedomfighterscan.com. You can follow them and see their website, and then it's the same thing for the Instagram and Facebook, Freedom Fighters Canada. And you can get more information of our events, because we're doing events all over. Our goal is to kind of, everybody went home, everyone's scattered. So we're going all over the place and bringing the tiny groups all together.
What's your name?
Bringing them together. My name's Carrie.
Carrie. I'm Sonia.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for telling me about this.
Yeah.
So at this point, what are you protesting? What would you say?
Well, we still can't fly provincially or internationally.
Or the
so
train?
None of that, right?
Yeah.
We can't travel. So
Hi.
And then you got your places in Ontario, you got your places in like Quebec, like where they're passing Bill 15 and things
What's
like
Bill
that.
15?
Bill 15. It's Bill 15, right?
C-15 or 15, it's a lot of infringement on your freedoms. It's really, really bad.
Just to let you know, it's from my YouTube channel. I cover the Ottawa protests. My viewers are mostly American. They're very interested in what's going on here in Canada. So
American flag right there. We just did
yeah,
the North American
solidarity.
Unity tour down in Niagara Falls last weekend. We were just down there.
Cool.
Yes.
Both sides of the border rallies, right? And then we did a little flag exchange right on the bridge. It was beautiful between all the Americans and the Canadians.
So it's not over. Like Kira was
no.
telling me, you know, we're being given the impression through the media that this is all done and people have
They're
gone back
trying
to their
like
lives.
squish it, pretending like the momentum's gone, but
Still
we're building
there.
it all back up.
Yeah.
She's been in Ottawa, 80 days or so?
That's
I've
a
been
long
there
time.
86.
Wow, you guys,
We're
that's a
like-
long time.
We're not leaving because we're going to win. And we're not leaving until we win.
So what's this Bill C-15?
It's I haven't read it all personally myself to dissect it all, but it's the gist of it is one day they'd be able to have ability to take your kids away from you if
Oh,
you
that
didn't
here
get them
in
vaccinated or
Quebec?
you didn't want to let them wear masks.
Oh, in Quebec?
Things like that. It's really bad in
Oh,
Quebec.
because
Yeah,
I
it's in
know
Quebec.
that they got rid of this primauté parentale, so like that the parents no longer considered to have the primordial right to their
Exactly.
children.
It's basically
You have
giving
to
the government rights
prove
to
that
take
you
your
have
kids
the
away.
right to keep your
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said
And that's scary.
They said it was because in too many cases where children are abused, there's too much emphasis on keeping them with the family. I mean, that's the reason they gave. But a lot of people think it's going to be more like, well, you didn't do what the government said and you're not a good parent. Like they've taken away visitation rights from parents who were participating in protests or sharing stuff, even just sharing stuff online, who were
Well, there was
conspiracy
just a
theorists.
court case that happened in Quebec, and a father lost his parental rights essentially to his child. The child, the mother won and is allowed to vaccinate the kid.
I saw that one, yeah.
And then now the father's not even allowed to take his kid to protest.
Yeah, I saw that.
Silly.
Yeah.
And if you know about Bill 100?
Yeah.
What's that one?
one's bad too.
That's in
Basically,
Ontario.
it's basically saying that if the cops
Digital,
deem you
no,
to
it's for the
be
protest. Yeah.
if they think you're going to occupy, like if let's say a group of people are traveling on the road together with a vehicle, like going on a road trip or something like that, whether it's a convoy or whether it's a group of people going to a protest or whatever, it doesn't even matter what they're doing. If the cops want to deem that as they might occupy somewhere, there might be like an occupation, like
Yeah.
they want to say like they don't want downtown Ottawa to happen again.
Yeah.
If they deem that, they can arrest you for it, just on the suspicion of it.
Yeah, I heard they can like take away your
Yeah, it's like-
property.
So if you're blocking
protesting.
infrastructure or like borders or anything that is essentially money, because that's what hurts them the most, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, they're pretty much trying to give the government more power to be able to stop protests from happening before they even happen. They're trying to cut off your right to even speak up and say anything. They're trying to cut off your right to stand up for your freedoms, and things are being infringed upon.
Because
by
you're
all these
supposed to be
bills and
able to
stuff.
protest. That's
Yeah.
always been our right.
we're free.
They're
We should always
chipping
have a
away
voice.
at it.
yeah, exactly.
Why are they
That's the
so worried
problem.
about people protesting? What do they got up their sleeve next that we're going
There's
to
a lot of
protest?
lies
for?
that are being
People
exposed,
Like,
that's
oh,
why.
you know, that's just like one thing, like let it go kind of. But those things add up. And if you look at all the bills that they're trying to pass and everything, you're like, that doesn't seem right. And that kind of connects to that. And that, you know, like
Yeah.
they're slowly taking away those freedoms. And once those freedoms are gone, you can't get them back. It's
Oh,
way
right.
harder.
They just nibble
sure.
away little by little,
Yeah.
and then before you know it, you go from here all the way to here, and you're like, where did all this go?
Yeah.
And then those are our freedoms. They're just taking away little bit, and then they dangle a carrot, and they give you something back every so often before people snap. Like just a little bit ago, they reinstated the mandate, they took the mandates away from out west and things like that. Like in
Which
Alberta,
mandates?
They lifted the mask mandates in Alberta.
the mask
Or
mandate.
they lifted the vaccine passports. Or
Oh,
they just
okay.
dangle a little carrot, but meanwhile, right around the back door is a digital ID coming.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
communist coming.
And they're already talking about
It's all these bills that are
closing
coming.
it back up. And actually, it's interesting because in schools in Ontario, they're now trying to bring back masks for kids to wear.
In Ontario,
Yeah.
really?
And we've gone and protested them because parents aren't even being aware that they are voting on it to bring them back in. And so like we go and protest, but like it's where does it end? There's no mask mandate, but you're gonna mandate them masks for children in schools? How's that fair?
Right.
What
There's
was that,
no
2
mask
weeks
mandate
ago?
in
We were-
society except for in
Why
school.
are
And
the
here
kids
here
being
they took
affected?
it away from the schools, but they left it for everywhere. But if you go in a restaurant, you take it off, you eat, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting in another building where you're not eating, you have to put it on. So yeah, they're trying to really give us the impression this is over. Like it's not covered in the Quebec media at all.
No.
Not one word. I check all the local papers. Thanks.
So what's on
And
there is there's a Facebook
nothing.
on there, there's an Instagram, and then there's a website on there. So they're the guys who planned the everybody coming to Niagara, going down to that was last weekend. And then this weekend we just did a candlelight vigil with some people with vaccine injuries spoke up last night at Parliament
yeah.
Hill in Ottawa last night.
Okay.
Then they did the convoy from Ottawa to Montreal today. Next weekend, the bikers are coming to Ottawa.
Oh, really?
And that's
Interesting.
also this momentum's going to
Bikers,
build
huh?
as the summers.
29th and the 30th.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big.
Oh wow.
It's big.
We have there's bikers coming from all across this country, along with four-wheelers, RVs, cars, SUV, everything. The whole country is uniting, and a lot of who's coming is
It's not what they told us.
yeah. It's gonna be veterans.
They told
too.
us people got over it and
Yeah.
just moved on.
The veterans are a big part of this bikers movement.
Yeah.
They want to pay their respects to the War Memorial, and because what happened downtown was a lot of veterans were kicked off violently by police down there, and it wasn't okay. We were peacefully protesting there, and they removed vets from literally the war monument. It
I
was-
remember that, yeah, and they tried to put up
It was
a
not
fence.
okay. It was what happened there. It was really, really bad.
What's your name?
Kyle.
Kyle.
I'm from Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, it's nice to meet you guys. I appreciate you telling me so much about this.
Yeah, for sure. So next weekend's the bikers. Momentum's gonna keep rolling here, yeah.
Yeah, we
It's-
still have some plans in the making. Again, like I said, we're kind of going place to place in all different areas that are relatively close to
Yeah.
around here.
Like we did Toronto, a month ago?
Yeah, we're
3
just
weeks ago,
trying to
something like that?
reconnect the people, right? Because everyone left and went home after that, kind of unsure and just kind of gave
Yeah.
up, right?
A little.
Bringing the momentum to eventually come back to Ottawa or do whatever.
To tell you the full truth for what happened, just to set the media straight
Okay.
for what the CTV and all these other fake news keep saying.
Okay.
In a long story short, the convoy showed up, everything was beautiful for weeks. Then the cops got violent. Cops removed everybody, then nobody was downtown anymore. All the vehicles got their windows smashed in, they got impounded. People scattered. A lot of people went home at that point. Then people went also to camps on the outside of Ottawa. There was camps set up on the east and the west side of town.
Okay.
So some people that hung on still stayed at those camps for another few weeks or whatever. But during that time, the Emergency Act was enacted. As soon as that happened, a lot of other people got a little bit spooked because the government had all this crazy amount of power that they could just seize your assets and things like that. More people scattered and left and went home. But the entire time, there's been a group that's stayed in Ottawa and has hung on and has kept fighting, and it's been slowly trying to build the momentum back, along with many other groups that are doing the same sort of thing out west, and you know, like as we've seen in Vancouver and in Calgary and Edmonton. But it's crazy the amount of this country that all has the same beliefs. That,
well, there's certainly, you know, there's a group of people, it's probably 10% that totally opposed to this, you know, it's probably the core of the protest. And then there's like probably another 30% or so who kind of went along with things, and now they're really disgruntled, you know. So like in Quebec, it seems like it's about maybe 40-50% of the younger people are still sort of okay. We'd still believe that this is all necessary, but there's a lot of people that they're like, okay, we went along with it for a while, but we're done.
It gave a lot of people courage to stand up.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me a little interview.
I love your hair,
Thank
by
you.
the way. Looks great.
Thanks. Thank you. I did it purple and it faded.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like pink now. If you guys want to see the interview, it's going to be on the YouTube, The Truther Girls. I'll give you the address.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Well, that was interesting. I'm really grateful that we got to meet these nice people who told us so much interesting information. And I hope that you enjoyed coming along with us for our little mini convoy here in Montreal today. Goes to show it's not over. And also, before I go, I want to let you know where you can get a discount on MREs if you're looking for them. We don't know when more empty shelves will hit, so now is the best time to act. My Patriot Supply is by far the #1 preparedness company to rely on, with millions of satisfied customers this past year. Act quickly and save $150 on a vital 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. Every family in America should have at least 1 3-month supply of food per person. Now you can. Go to preparewithtruthergirls.com and save $150 on your 3-month food kits. Your order ships quickly and arrives in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Don't wait any longer. Go to preparewithtruthergirls.com. So if what you're looking for is MREs, now you know that you can use my link if you want to get a discount. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming with us today. Thank you for liking the video, and thank you for sharing it, and for your support on Patreon that keeps my channel going. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.